Hey everybody, happy April to you. I'm here to introduce our new theme for this month, which is going to be the 3 trainings. And I will try to introduce them in the way that my teacher introduced them to me, except I'm going to use a diorama. Now, believe it or not, inside this house is the present moment. And I think a lot of times when people talk about mindfulness, they just think about, being aware of what's happening in the house. But in the lists, in the Buddhist trainings where this whole framework comes from, actually most of the time they don't use the word mindfulness for the first training. They use the word precepts, which I'm going to summarize as having a clear idea of what to do or not to do here in the present moment. And while I think that this could be the beginning of a wonderful digression, for the purposes of this little meditation journey, our to-do is going to be get to know the breathing as profoundly as humanly possible, and our not to-do is going to be wander off on tangents. So are you ready? Let's go. Well, here we are, and as I said, there's way too much stuff going on here to track, so we are just going to see if we can dial down on the experience of the breath, starting just by recognizing when it's going in and when it's going out, and gradually working up to a continuous awareness of the breath, or to put it differently, uninterrupted respect for the boundary that we put up before this, which was that this is breathing time. So this is the second of the 3 trainings. This is concentration, which leads directly into the 3rd training, which is insight. Now, you have to look at what's happening in the present moment to see how things are, maybe contrary to your ideas. For example, with concentration, you can see very clearly that the breath is not a fixed entity. It is a stream of experience that passes away just exactly as quickly as it arises. And so you might come to the conclusion, maybe it doesn't make sense to hold on to the breath. Maybe the breath is going to be happier if I just let it be exactly how it is. And that's the fruit of the insight into the impermanent nature of the breath. So, okay, it's something that's changing, but what is it really? It may at first seem to you that, well, it's exactly obvious what the breath is, but a thorough investigation in the present moment reveals, well, you can't find the core. You can't find the essential thing. You can find component parts that work together to create something you provisionally call the breath, but the phenomena of the breath, besides being constantly changing, is also completely unfathomable. To use the words of my teacher, the breath is a wonder, in exactly the technical meaning of that word. And so is actually everything else that the mind can be in touch with. For instance, this little phenomena you may be familiar with. And so my invitation to everybody for this month is to get out there or in there, whatever you call the present moment, and see things how they are. Bye-bye.